Since the 1960s, the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course has hosted all types of races, from NASCAR to IMSA. And today, for just the second time in history, the ARCA Menards Series will roar to action. This is the Dawn 150 at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. It is a perfect day for racing, and we are so happy to have you with us today. Hello, everyone. Welcome inside. I am Jamie Little, joined, of course, by Phil Parsons. And today, our guest analyst is a three-time Truck Series champion, driver of the number 88 Toyota Tundra for Menards. Matt Crafton is back with us. So, gentlemen, we're going to be talking a lot about two drivers in particular. They have dominated this season, Ty Gibbs, Corey Heim. But today, Phil, with it being a road course, the first one of the season, will this mix it up? Will we see perhaps a new face in victory lane?
Well, we knew that Ty Gibbs was going to be good here because he won the Xfinity race in his debut down at Daytona on the road course. It's been a Ty Gibbs, Corey Heim show all year long. 6 starts, 6 wins between them. Look at all the laps led, almost 600 combined laps led. Look at Corey Heim's average finish this year, 1.8. But he's never been on a road course. I said, well, this may be the time that it's not a Corey and Ty show. And what happens? He goes out and sits on the pole. First time ever at a road course. Ty Gibbs with him on the front row. So these guys are going to be so good. We know that. It's going to be another Corey Ty show, but there's some other guys that I think could play in the mix here. One of those guys I want to keep my eye on is Brandon Jones. He's been here 5 times in an Xfinity car. A lot of experience at this racetrack.
Well, Matt, he just mentioned it. Brandon Jones is in the field. Of course, he runs in the Xfinity Series regularly. And we have Austin Hill from the Truck Series running today. So do you think one of those guys comes out and gives it a shot? Or what do you think that they're trying to learn and take away from today?
I think Austin Hill, I did the road race school in Austin there with him, and he's going to be working on his H pattern because he struggled there quite a bit in the cars that we ran there. So hopefully he represents the Truck Series very well. And then Brandon Jones, he's here to get some experience for tomorrow as well, but he is up there in Menards land, so he's got to represent the brand very well, so good luck to him.
And both of them, of course, in very good cars, so it'll be fun to watch and see them mix it up. All they're doing is trying to get experience and go for the race win. Something, of course, that Ty Gibbs has done 4 times this season. Let's look back to just a week ago at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Ty Gibbs goes to victory lane, but it wasn't without his issues. And then later that afternoon, he has to jump in the ARCA car. There's several spins, several accidents. He had to withstand a pretty strong challenge by Nick Sanchez. Nick actually grabbed the lead at one time. Ty got it back by the time they got to the start-finish line. Another late caution here for Jason Miles, but Ty Gibbs goes on and wins 2 for 2 at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
It was a dream day for Ty Gibbs. Dominated every single lap. Well, he's in the field today, and despite his issues earlier, he's starting second. Let's check in with Jamie Howe.
Ty Gibbs also doing the double here this weekend. He'll be racing in the Xfinity race tomorrow. He lines up second for the race here tonight, but it comes with a little bit of uncertainty. You had an oil leak in the practice session. You originally said you wish you didn't have any practice. What were you guys able to figure out?
Yeah, we had a little bit of an issue that cost us some time on the track, and but from the speed we had from the laps that we the minimal laps that we ran, I feel like we're really good, and hopefully we can go up there and get a shot and lead all laps. I feel like there's no reason not to, so we're gonna go out and fight.
This is road racing, not something that you guys get to do a whole lot of. You have a little bit of experience, though. What do you think is going to be the biggest key here at Mid-Ohio?
I feel like staying on the track and hitting your marks, same thing as the Daytona road course that we had, and we're just gonna hammer down, and hopefully we watch people make mistakes, and hopefully everybody stays safe. So that'll be good.
And Corey, as I said, he lines up second. He's also second in the point standing right now. We'll see what he can do tonight. Jamie?
Thank you, Jamie. Well, Ty Gibbs, the way that he drives, certainly not like a rookie. Let's take a look at the Bounty Rookie Spotlight. And our rookie standings right now, Corey Heim on top of Ty Gibbs, even though Ty's won more than him.
Yeah, that consistency, a 1.8 average finish, that's what gives Corey Heim this lead in this Bounty Rookie standings.
Nick Sanchez really stands out to me. He has come on strong the last 4 straight races. I think his confidence is building a little bit better, so watch for him to gain some more points in those point standings today as well. Kyle Sieg on there. He's in the field. Drivers all strapped in there, ready to go. Let's go trackside for the command to start engines. Here's Catherine Myers.
Race fans, it's time for the most famous words in all of sports. Here to give the command, please welcome back U.S. Sales Senior Director, Home Care from Procter & Gamble, Catherine Myers.
On behalf of Dawn, America's #1 dish detergent, and our retail partner Menards, drivers, start your engine!
Well done by Catherine. We are fired up. All the drivers are fired up. They're ready. We'll do 42 laps around Mid-Ohio. Green flag racing is next. Well, if that doesn't get you fired up for today's race, I don't know what will. We are ready to go. Now, earlier this afternoon, drivers had a little practice qualifying session, and the fastest lap captured the #1 starting spot. Here it is, the General Tire Pole Award, and it went to that gentleman, Corey Heim, in the number 20, his first career pole, a fast lap there.
I think it shows you that TRD really does a nice job with simulator work for these young drivers. Never seen this racetrack before, and jumps out there in 10 laps. He's on the pole.
Very impressive. Ty Gibbs had a little bit of an issue, but he still qualified on the front row. Let's take a look at our Dawn 150 starting grid. As we mentioned, Corey Heim on the pole for the first time in his career. Ty Gibbs on the outside.
See, back in row number 2, Chris Wright, a road race, is running the Xfinity race tomorrow as well. He should be a contender. He's been on the podium at Daytona for the 24-hour race before.
And Brandon Jones in the Xfinity race tomorrow. He is our in-race reporter for Menards. Let's dial him up.
Yeah, let's try to do that. Hey, Brandon Jones, Phil Parsons, Jamie Little, Matt Crafton up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I do. What's going on, guys?
Just sitting here waiting to watch. Just sitting here waiting to watch you. Now, are you out here to have fun? Or are you out here to try to learn something for tomorrow, Brandon?
Oh, man. A little bit of both, I think. It's good to be back in the ARCA series. I know Menards does so much for my career, so much for the ARCA Menards series, so it's fun to be piloting this cool-tying Menards Camry. But, yeah, just to get some momentum back for tomorrow a little bit, learn passing zones. And then, like you said, main thing is just to go out here and have fun as well. It's been a while since I've been back in one of these cars, so it should be a fun day for me.
Yeah, make sure you represent Menards very well. You are up there in Menards country, so we'll be having an eye on you here in the booth and make sure tell you do anything wrong.
Yeah, keep your eyes open. Let me know.
All right, buddy. Thanks. Have a good run.
Thanks, guys.
All right, nice onboard footage right there to show that awesome helmet he's rocking here, that faux wood look. So that's our Menards on board with Brandon Jones. We'll have 4 of them today.
We're also going to ride along with Ty Gibbs from the second starting position. And this is the suit chief on board for Ty Gibbs. Going to give us a good ride today.
And the number 2 Bounty Rookie Spotlight is Nick Sanchez.
We're going to ride along with our pole sitter. That's Corey Heim, the General Tire on board. Corey Heim with his first career pole of his ARCA Menards career.
Off to a great start today. Let's check in one more time with Jamie Howe.
Well, Jamie, one of the drivers you mentioned early on was Austin Hill, the full-season truck regular. We're looking for big things from him today in terms of the finishing results. Unfortunately, he lines up in the 7th position. He was running as high as 4th during practice session, but it was early. After only 4 laps, they had a transmission issue. The team had to spend over an hour replacing the transmission in that car, and it seized up between 2nd and 3rd gear. They're hoping they got it all sorted out. We'll see once we go back to green.
Thank you, Jamie. We'll definitely keep an eye on Austin Hill, see if they got all those bugs worked out. Let's now take a look at our General Tire track description.
Mid-Ohio was a road course, about 2¼ miles in length. You see 13 turns. Our last ARCA race was here back in 1965, and that was won by Jack Bowser. And my brother Benny finished 5th in that race in his rookie year in ARCA.
Went on to be a wonderful champion, and not just this series, but Cup as well. And here's our race analysis.
Race length 42 laps, 94 miles, just under 95 miles. Race, we have breaks. We don't have live pit stops. We're not going to gain and lose positions here. We're going to go in here and just do it a little bit more cost effective for these teams.
Should be a pretty quick race. We got to watch. Every single lap will count. Let's take a look at our Mid-Ohio sports car course.
You see the start-finish line there where the black and white checker is. You see the keyhole. That's a first gear corner that would lead onto the long back straightaway up into high gear about 165 miles an hour. When they get down to turn number 4, that starts the S's, and then they get over there to the carousel that leads them onto the front straightaway, the pit straightaway, and that's a lap at Mid-Ohio.
And you're looking
carousel right here.
Yeah, I like that 3D course description. It kind of helps understand exactly where those high-speed corners are. But it's interesting. This is just not a typical road course. A lot of drivers, you hear them talk about that it races like a short track.
Yeah, a lot of second-gear corners here at this racetrack.
All right, Corey Heim leading the field to green for the first time. Ty Gibbs on the outside. Green flag is in the air. We are green from Mid-Ohio.
Trouble already. Chris Wright is around.
Exactly in the spot you don't want to get stuck.
Well, it looks like he's going to be stuck here. You see him try to get the rear wheel spinning. Great start by Brandon Jones to grab that second spot.
We stay green right now, while Chris Wright, definitely not the start we anticipated. The road course ace, all kinds of experience, got off course. Now the caution is out.
Yeah, we will have local yellows here on this road course, but obviously Chris stuck in the gravel pit there. That's going to necessitate a full course yellow.
Yeah, that car's sitting on the frame rails right there.
Let's take a look back exactly what happened on the start there.
I didn't see any contact. You see him on the outside of the racetrack, and actually he might have had a little bit of contact. The 15 of Drew Dollar was right behind him. It's a possibility that maybe he got nudged and turned around.
See if we can tell here if there was any contact. Gosh, it almost looks like he just lost it on his own.
Yeah, they were close. It's hard to say whether there was contact or not. He was Drew Dollar was awfully close to the back end of Chris Wright's car.
And we were just talking about how well groomed that sand trap was, or the kitty litter trap. That's some serious gravel. He is stuck. Well, they will get Chris Wright out of there. We will line him back up, and we will wave the green flag once again. Stay with us. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. General Tire, # anywhere is possible. And Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. And welcome back. Well, we are under caution for the first time today. Got about one corner in, and we had an issue. Chris Wright got stuck in the sand trap as they continue working to try to get him out. Let's go to the pits, check in with Jamie Howe once again. What are you hearing, Jamie?
Well, I want to start off with Ty Gibbs and the issue that he had. So he lined up in the second position. We see him now back and forth. He actually took the blame for that. He said he missed a shift at the start, hit it on the chip. He actually apologized to his team. So he's going to get another go at a green flag here, just a couple of laps. I want to move on to the number 15 of Drew Dollar. There was question whether or not there was any contact between him and Chris Wright. There was some contact. He actually apologized to his guys as well for putting them in that position. Fortunately, there is no real damage. They did check the tire as he came by just to make sure it was holding pressure. It seems to be doing that at this time, so he's going to get to try again.
Definitely some damage right there you can see up close. And you guys, Matt, you mentioned when you saw Chris Wright, there was certainly damage, and you knew then there was contact.
Yeah, you can see the left rear bumper cover was folded up under, and that's a shame, and hopefully he only loses one lap, so.
Here's a look again at what happened. We had just gone green.
You could actually see the back of the car lift
lift
up a little bit when Drew got into him. That's a shame because I found it ironic because Chris Wright has probably more road course experience than about anybody in the field. So it wouldn't be like him just to drive in that corner too hard and spin out. So Matt saw the contact and saw the damage on Chris Wright's car when we saw it in the kitty litter there.
Hopefully they can get him out. You said it, how much experience he has. There he is, getting pulled out to safety now. But he has experience at this track. He actually lived up there and raced at this track in many different styles of cars.
And I think that's invaluable for somebody to have familiarity with the track you're on, especially a road course. It's one thing to go to a new oval, but when you're going to a road course with 13 corners and some high speed and technical parts of the racetrack, certainly an advantage to have some experience. But they need to figure. There he goes. Now he's rolling.
Nice to see some fans enjoying the perfect weather. It's about 80 degrees there. Perfect day for a race in the hills. Of course, we'll have the Xfinity Series action tomorrow as well. Let's check in with Jamie once again.
Race control says they're going to try to get the green
And
flag.
Tim Richmond now being pushed back into the garage area. Really an unfortunate unfolding to the weekend for him. A week ago, that car didn't even have an engine in it. They actually had support from 6 different teams in the ARCA garage just here today to get that car out on the racetrack. You know, with part of the pre-race ceremonies, they announce every driver. And when they said Tim Richmond's name, there were applause up and down pit lane. It was a feel-good moment. Unfortunately, no, the race is over.
Not going the right way.
Thank you, Jamie. Yes, certainly unfortunate. All that build-up, all the work and time and energy that went into it. He didn't even make it one lap. So his day is done. Get back on track. There goes Chris Wright trying to catch up with the rest of the field. Pace car getting ready to pull off. Just told they are adding one more lap. We're going to step aside for just a moment, and we will wave that green flag once again right after this. And it's a momentous day for the ARCA Menards Series. Their 1,500th race started back in 1953. They asked everyone in the garage to come out for the photo. Anybody who's been there for at least one ARCA Menards race, and there's a lot in there, Bill, that have been there for many of them.
Many races. Matt and I have we have a few ARCA races on our resume as well.
Yes, we do.
Special day for them, and what a perfect place to be. You know, and you could speak to the series more, Phil, but where it all began, the Midwest Racing Series, and now they're racing in the middle of Ohio, in Lexington, Ohio, on a road course.
Yeah, so such an important series for my family, for sure.
Pace car is off. Corey Heim will lead him. Brandon Jones moved up a spot. Ty Gibbs fell back a spot. Green flag is in the air.
Really nice start by Brandon Jones, but Corey Heim is able to grab that lead back in turn 1.
Brandon Jones with a solid restart, but it was Corey Heim.
Look at Brandon Jones going to try to outbrake Corey Heim into the keyhole. Looks like Corey Heim overdrove the corner, and Brandon Jones is going to get underneath him.
He's going to lose 2 spots here.
Nick Sanchez strong on the restart again, just like we saw time and time again at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He's on the bumper of the 18, that black car of Ty Gibbs.
Fastest part of the racetrack, over 160 miles an hour into turn number 4. Corey Heim back to the inside. Remember now, the 25 of Brandon Jones and the 20 of Corey Heim are teammates.
One going for a championship, the other, the one in that bright yellow Menards 25, going for just the race win today.
Yeah, keep an eye on that black car as well. That is Ty Gibbs.
I bet Bill and Billy get pretty nervous when the teammates racing that early in the race.
How about that move by Ty Gibbs getting inside of Corey Heim in a battle for second?
First time we've been to a road course this year for the ARCA Menards Series. This is race number 7 of 20. Ty Gibbs trying to get to the inside, almost spins the 20 of Corey Heim.
They definitely made contact. Now he's going to switch back over by the start-finish line, see if he can outbreak him into turn number 1. More contact.
Yeah, he definitely knows he's there right now for sure.
Ty Gibbs trying to send a message.
Really aggressive driving by Ty Gibbs early on.
The 20 of Corey Heim has won twice this year. Ty Gibbs in the 18 has won 4 times, but it's Corey Heim who's leading the point standings, the Bounty rookie standings.
Austin Hill trying to make the move around Nick Sanchez. That's a battle for fourth.
Austin Hill in the 1, started this race 7th. The Truck Series regular. You heard Jamie Howe talking about his issues, transmission issues in practice. Look at this battle. The 18 of Ty Gibbs gets around Corey Heim, but he's going to the inside to try to get it back.
Look at it, beating and banging some more. Corey Heim moved Ty Gibbs out of the way. They bang some more.
Does somebody need to tell him this isn't the last lap?
We are on lap 6, I think.
Exactly.
It is a short race, though, and they've got to have that in the
race.
back of their mind.
You have to remember, too, these are two 18-year-olds that are really performing at a top level out here this year in the ARCA Menards Series.
Oh, they've both been phenomenal all year. Every race I've watched, for sure.
Both drivers in the Toyota camp, but they are different teams. Venturini Motorsports is who the 20 drives for, Corey Heim. Ty Gibbs for Joe Gibbs Racing, his dad, Coy Gibbs.
We talked about Brandon Jones' experience here at this racetrack. He's raced here 5 times in the Xfinity Series. Really hasn't had a whole lot of success here, but he has had a couple top 5 finishes at the Daytona road course, so he knows how to get it done on a road course.
Let's look back and see how Brandon Jones got the lead. We'll take a look back at that right now. Here it is.
I think Corey Heim just got in the corner a little bit too hard, trying to outbrake Brandon Jones. Brandon uses the racetrack up. He has that spot. Corey tries to fight back on the inside, but wasn't able to do it. Now Corey Gibbs' son, Ty Gibbs, is going after the 25 for Brandon Jones, and he moves inside him.
And that's where Ty Gibbs was able to close the gap as well and get around Corey Heim. And now, battling Brandon Jones and the 25, and he gets him.
That was a power move right there.
Riding on board, the Menards on board with Brandon Jones as he watches Ty Gibbs take the lead here. 7 laps of 42.
Now Corey Heim tried to get inside of Brandon Jones. We talked about Brandon Jones and Corey Heim being teammates. Remember, Brandon Jones drives for Joe Gibbs Racing, just like Ty Gibbs does, but in the Xfinity Series. They'll be teammates tomorrow, but not today.
Yeah, Corey Heim, give me a shot at this guy again. You saw I don't mind using him up here, so.
Race hard, boys, but keep it straight. Don't wreck each other. Jamie?
And both the 25 and the 20, it's actually all 3 of the Venturini cars, the teammate cars, were brand new for this weekend. They had never turned a lap on the racetrack until the practice earlier today, and with all of the stoppage, they didn't get many of them. But one of the things that Corey Heim realized was that he's really struggled in the right-hand turns. He did get the pole position. They were able to get it figured out over a 1-lap time, but he still needed to get more comfortable. For Brandon Jones, he said the biggest thing for him is he needs to get into a rhythm over the course of this race because he has another race tomorrow. That's the reason he's doing this. He wants the lap, he wants the rhythm, so we're seeing it unfold here.
Venturini Motorsports doing a heck of a job. Brought these cars. They look beautiful. Sponsors all over. That's really what you want to see. And now they're all battling each other up front as Ty Gibbs continues to lead Corey Heim. Let's look back. Here's the onboard with Ty Gibbs. Let's look at this power move you talked about, Matt.
Yeah, it's impressive how that car turns and does everything it needs to do without a doubt. I mean, very talented race car driver, but very good race car as well.
Yeah, a lot of second gear corners through the S's there.
Yes, this place looks a lot of fun. Hopefully soon we can bring Truck Series here.
I don't know why you guys don't race here.
I think we should. That vote here.
Be kind of close to Thorsport, too. You don't have many races very close to Thorsport.
Exactly. It'd be an hour away.
Thorsport over there, close to Sandusky, right in Sandusky,
It's in
Matt?
Sandusky, yes.
Yeah.
So I went to Mid-Ohio and watched the IndyCar race here a couple years ago, and it was a phenomenal racetrack, and hopefully we can go there soon.
There's Austin Hill in the 1 all over the back bumper of Nick Sanchez. This is the 6th straight race that Ty Gibbs has led. Chris Wright in that 30. That's the one that we saw get into that sand trap on that first lap.
That's impressive to come from the back right there. He's already battling with the guys that are in the top 5.
Fifth place in line, obviously
Yes.
2 laps down, but
Yes.
if he can hold on here till we catch a caution flag or at least the race break at lap 21, he would at least get one of those laps back.
I mean, just his braking was pretty phenomenal right there, how he made it to ground on those guys getting in the corner. Hopefully he has something at the end of this run to maybe give these guys a battle at the end.
How frustrating is that, Matt, when you're running with the front of the pack and you know that your car is capable of running there, but you have no chance until hopefully you race your way back and get those 2 laps back.
And you just have to, at this point, you have to ride it out. And you have to just hopefully luck is on your side. And it wasn't at the beginning of the race, but hopefully everything falls your way and you get some yellows and get the lucky dog and get back and contend at the end of this race. And we see he has a car capable of doing it as he's making another dive bomb moving the corner.
Going to the inside, Nick Sanchez. Sanchez closes the door. We're riding on board with Sanchez there. I don't know if you guys can see how many bugs were splattered on that windshield. There are a lot of bugs we noticed on the first lap. They're everywhere. It certainly is summertime. There it is right there.
I think they call those muffle heads here in Ohio.
Muffle head. I'd be asking for a tear-off.
Yeah, we need a tear-off here to clear the bugs off. There he goes. Chris Wright getting by Nick Sanchez. Again, that puts him 4th in line. Again, but 2 laps down, but that shows how good a race car he has.
Oh, absolutely. I thought he was going to put the bumper and get his yellow right there. Sanchez left before that.
That'd be one way to do it.
Yeah.
Now he's chasing down the 25 of Brandon Jones. Again, these guys will be doing it again tomorrow. Chris Wright will be driving for Sam Hunt Motorsports in tomorrow's Xfinity race.
He's been getting a lot of laps lately between the Truck Series and Xfinity Series. Right now, Ty Gibbs is your leader. We'll have a break coming up at lap 21. We'll be back to Mid-Ohio. Enter Clint's Fox Bet Super 6 Stage 2 contest for your chance to win $10,000 of Clint Boyer's money. Just download the app and pick 6 race outcomes about Stage 2 for your shot to win. It's free to play. Don't miss out and play now while there's still time left and while there's still money left. This guy's giving away money every single weekend. He's having a good time doing it as well.
Matt and I have been watching the scoring monitor, and Chris Wright is the fastest car on the racetrack. Again, 2 laps down. He may never get a chance to race Ty Gibbs, but hopefully he can get back on the lead lap and show us what he's got.
Yeah, he's definitely running competitive lap times where I know Ty wants to see him stay 2 down.
Same, keep your eye on him, huh? Still 2 laps down. Look at this battle right here. Nick Sanchez. Austin Hill have been going at it for 3 laps. The one just can't get around him.
Austin was going to try to do it on the outside. Hasn't been able to. He's going to take matters in his own hands.
Yes,
shove him
did.
out of the way.
Meanwhile, the 15 of Drew Dollar has closed up on this battle.
And he's going to move him out of the way.
That poor guy is getting picked on.
I think Nick has a lot of confidence after Charlotte and what they were able to do. Their performance week in and week out has been really impressive. Got the Brett Holmes Racing chassis.
Yeah, four top 10 finishes in a row coming into this race for Nick Sanchez.
Now he's getting roughed up out there by those veteran drivers.
Yeah, he might need a new rear bumper cover after this race again.
That's what happens when you have that yellow stripe. Rookie alert. Jamie, what are they saying?
There were 2 different approaches in getting ready for the race weekend. We'll start with Nick Sanchez. He actually reached out to Austin Cindric. They have some mutual friends. It's actually Nick's spotter, Jefferson Hodges, is the team manager now for Austin Cindric in the Xfinity Series. But he connected the 2 of them. Austin gave him some pointers, got some notes. Nick really loves racing on road courses, and Austin told him, just don't overdrive it, just be smooth. But for Drew Dollar, he took a different approach and took it to the racetrack. He actually came out here to the track on Monday and Tuesday and did some track days just in a street car. He said he had no idea which way the track went, and he learned some car management still, even though it was a road car. He said he's going to do that and employ that as he goes down the road to some other road courses.
Thanks, Jamie. And different approaches for the race in the season, right? Drew Dollar in the 15 right here. He's not running for the championship this year. He's just coming out trying to hone his skills. He's racing some truck races for Kyle Busch Motorsports. And then you have Nick Sanchez, who is looking at the big picture.
Yeah, and I was talking to Billy Venturini, the co-owner of Venturini Motorsports, obviously, and he says that Toyota people have been really good to his people, his drivers, even his young drivers or whatever, to give them simulator time. So I'm sure Drew Dollar wanted to get here in person to see this racetrack, but I know he spent some time on this Toyota simulator, and that has to certainly pay dividends.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, I go on it every week, and just some of the places that we've never went when we went to Austin, and when you're going to some of these road courses, I mean, it's getting your braking points and just understanding where to be on the racetrack. Some of these drivers that don't have that simulator time, it really is beneficial.
There was a good shot at Thad Moffitt. Thad having a great season. We're at third points coming into this race. He's running 7th right now as we go back to the battle. Something happened to Drew Dollar. Something happened to Drew Dollar right there.
Yeah, he broke something in the left front. Looked like definitely broke something in the left front.
Yeah.
Well, he had that damage from the first lap earlier. He got into Chris Wright.
Yeah, it looks like maybe an upper control arm or something like that. But yeah, that left front tire was definitely askew here.
Yeah, ball joint, something on the left front.
No, more than likely that it probably will be terminal. You see, it's not supposed to be pointed that way. Jamie, what's going on down there with Drew Dollar?
Well, they were thinking, judging by the word they were getting, is that it was probably just the right front tire. Once they get the car to pit lane and they get a better set of eyes on it, they're going to know it's a little bit of a bigger issue, and that tire they have up on the wall is not going to be enough.
Excess camber there.
Unfortunate for Drew Dollar. He was 6th at the time. 2nd, 7th, 4th, 2nd, and 3rd. Those are his finishes this season. It's been really impressive as he brings it in. Here's our battle heating up here. Brandon Jones, battle for 3rd. These are the two we talked about, the veterans coming in just to get a little bit more road course experience.
Yeah, Austin was very patient early on. He ran behind Nick Sanchez for a long time, finally moved him out of the way. Now he's chased down Brandon Jones, going after this 3rd spot. See, that's the 28 of Kyle Sieg. Now he has been lapped, so that will knock Chris Wright out of getting the free pass if the caution flag were to come out.
Robin is racing right there, the onboard, the Menards on board with Brandon Jones. This has got to be fun, right, Matt? When you just come out, you know it's just all about going for the win.
Yes, absolutely. That's what it's all about. And when you go race other series, and you don't have to worry about any points, you don't have to worry about stage points. You just go out there and try to win the race and do whatever it takes. So I'm definitely a little bit jealous, without a doubt. So maybe I can go run one of these ARCA Menards races and get that shot.
Yeah, they started to change tires, and I said that's going to be a futile effort. There's no need changing tires. Something's definitely broke up in the left.
I'm just curious what it is.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie's all over it. I'm sure she'll get the report once they find out here as they try to raise that hood that had that damage. They had a hard time. What are they saying, Jamie?
Well, you guys called it. It was the moment that he pulled it to a stop that Billy Venturini up on top of the cart said, it's not a tire, guys. That's got air. Get the hood up. But because of that damage from earlier, they weren't able to get the hood up in a very timely fashion. They're looking right now to see if it's even going to be fixable, looking for some tools. It's going to be a few minutes here on pit lane.
Yeah, certainly going to take him out of contention, though. A tough break because Drew Dollar was doing a nice job running well up inside the top 10.
You can usually tell by the reaction of the crew. They weren't working at a feverish pace, so that looks to be perhaps terminal.
You see all the sparks come out from Brandon's car right there?
Is that sparks or bugs?
It could have been bugs, muffleheads.
Muffleheads. I've got a lot of family in Ohio. I've never heard that one, Matt.
Yeah, muffleheads, they call them Canadian soldiers. I mean, I've heard, yes. We're going to Google this here a little bit.
Yes, we are. And here's our leader, Ty Gibbs. Another day in paradise for this youngster, 18 years old. Just incredible, his ability in a race car. And it doesn't matter if it's the ARCA Menards series or the Xfinity series. It's right along with them. Watch this movement.
Saw him grab second gear. Here he is up in third gear. Back to second. This is the technical part of the racetrack right here. Stays in second gear. There he grabs third. Here he comes down to the keyhole. Turn number 2. You see Corey Heim, that white car, he's actually maintaining this speed. He got to about 3 seconds behind, and it stabilized right there. They're running very similar lap times. That last lap, they were within 0.2 of a second. Here's the fastest part of the racetrack. Down in fourth gear. Down the long back straightaway. A little bit of a kink right there. That's turn 3. Down to turn number 4. Down to second gear. This is going to start the S's, and he should run pretty much second gear all the way through these S's.
He's got a donut inside that left rear. It's National Donut Day. He's going to be the lucky winner today.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he's out there on Sunday drive. The cars drive very good. I mean, I just watched the attitude of that race car going through the corners. It's pretty phenomenal. I mean, the car's doing what it's supposed to do, and he's definitely doing his job as well.
You know, we talk about Ty and the year he's had, and he certainly driven the wheels off this thing, but you got to give a lot of credit to Mark McFarland, his crew chief, and this team for Joe Gibbs Racing. They prepared such a great effort all year long. And these are our winners this year. All 6 races have been won by Corey Heim, 2 for him, 4 for Ty Gibbs. And oh, guess what? They're running first and second.
No surprise there. Corey Heim 3 seconds back. And then the 2 that we had a question mark on, Austin Hill and Brandon Jones, 3rd and 4th. Trouble on the racetrack. And he goes right in the sand trap that we had talked about.
Yeah, Russ Lane in the 69 car, they call that China Beach. You don't want to go to China Beach.
You'll be sunning yourself for a little bit. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And Russ Lane is upset, but I can promise you there's one person that might be a little bit more upset.
Chris Wright?
Chris Wright.
See what happens here. I don't know, maybe didn't have any brakes, but when he hit the brakes, it looked like it locked up the rear brakes.
Or wheel hopped it.
Or wheel hopped it, exactly.
Caution is out on lap 19. Let's go to the pits once again with Jamie.
Listening into the team radio right now, they're talking to Russ Lane. They asked him, will it refire? And he said, no, I don't have any brakes. He said he went to hit the pedal just as you suspected. There was nothing there. They're talking him through, trying to repump it right now, see if he can get anything in him while he's stuck in the sand trap there. But it might be an early end to the day for Russ Lane.
Russ Lane was running 8th there as they wait to dig him out of China Beach. We will step aside. We'll rack him up, drop the green flag again after this. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Richmond, the water heater experts. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reese's, not sorry. And Sioux Chief, America's manufacturer of plumbing, drainage, supply, and support products. And welcome back to Mid-Ohio. We are under caution for Russ Lane. Took a trip to the beach. The good news is they have gotten him out, but he's still on the racetrack, as you see there, number 69. And before this incident, Drew Dollar had his issues. Take a look.
He was running along here racing Nick Sanchez, and something broke on the left front. You can see it's down a little bit low, and you can see that left front tire is in and out or whatever. So it's an upper control arm or a top of a spindle or something like that.
And that damage was from lap number 1. He is out of the race car. Jamie?
He actually said there was a lot of something that broke in the left front of that race car. But for you, Drew, out of the race early on today, did it give you any sort of indication beforehand that it was going to give up?
I felt like the lap before, I maybe started to feel some stuff with the brakes. I was just trying to take everything really easy, get to halfway. You know, we had a really good Toyota Camry out here. Sunbelt Reynolds team got it really dialed in after practice, made some really good adjustments, and I was being told we were one of the fastest cars out there, and then one lap before, I started to feel a little bit of something maybe break, and then went through turn 1 and knew something had broken, and that was the end of our day.
It wasn't the first issue that you had today at the initial green flag, the start of this race. There was contact. You were at the tail end of that. You apologized to your team. What happened on that start?
Yeah, I think someone up front missed a shift on the start, and we were just all bottled up, and they braked really early, and that's just a mistake, I guess. I'll have to go look back at it. We were able to roll a lot of speed through 1, and the guys in front of me weren't quite up to speed yet. So that's just a mistake. I ran into the back of them. That's my bad, but like I said, we had a really good Sunbelt Reynolds Toyota Camry, and I really wish we could have made it the whole race.
There are a lot of high hopes for today. We'll see you at the next one.
Thanks, Jamie. Tough day, tough ending for Drew Dollar, who's so consistent anytime he's in that race car.
And Ty Gibbs admitted that he missed a shift, so that may be what Drew Dollar's referring to.
Drew Dollar just graduated from Texas Christian University with a degree in real estate business. So he's got a backup plan.
That's right.
Just in case. Not a bad idea.
I'm still working on a backup plan.
You don't need one. How long have you been in this sport, Bill?
A long time.
All right, lap 21. This is the mid-race break. Pace car is out. They will bring them down. They can service their cars, so we'll step aside. We'll be back for pit stops after this. Sunday, the best NASCAR season ever continues as the Cup Series hits Sonoma for the Toyota Save Mart 350, where the best drivers in the world will look to hit victory lane in wine country. NASCAR race day starts at 2:30 Eastern, followed by the green flag at 4. It's all on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. I'll be hopping on a plane in the morning, be in the pits on Sunday. That's always one of our best races. It's so much fun out there.
Yeah, I love it out there for sure.
Well, we're 21 laps in, and that means we are at the halfway point. Let's take a look at our mid-race recap.
The initial start, contact from Drew Dollar into Chris Wright, puts Chris Wright into the kitty litter. Cost him a couple laps.
Brandon Jones in the 25, battling it out with the 20 of Corey Heim for the lead.
18 lead, definitely that power move right there. That car definitely does all the right things whenever he goes to these corners, and he's done a very good job today as well.
Perhaps one of the Reese's sweet moves
I'm
of the
thinking
race.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the same thing. That would be my early favorite for sure. And then the issues for the 15 of Drew Dollar. Something broke in the left front suspension, put him behind the wall and out of the race.
And the 69 of Russ Lane, issue with the brakes. And in he goes. Had a really nice run going for him, and that team running 8th at the time. And then the yellow comes out. Richmond Water Heaters mid-race recap. There it is. Ty Gibbs, the leader right now, as they get ready to open pit road. Phil, tell us about our pit stop procedures for the ARCA Menards series.
Yeah, these guys will come down pit road. It will a maximum of 4 crew members will be allowed over the wall. They're allowed to change tires and put fuel in it, but they cannot do it at the same time. They have to wait till one is done before they start doing the other. And the restart order will be based on how the running order at the time of the caution. If they come in pit, then they're going to go out and maintain their positions on the racetrack that they had as they came in.
It's all about safety, so there's nothing really to be gained there. They want to take their time, do your tires if you want to take tires, and then take the fuel separately. Jamie.
Let's start off with Ty Gibbs, and he and his crew chief, Mark McFarland, having a bit of communication over the radio the last couple of laps. He didn't have any pressure in front. He didn't have any pressure from behind. He wasn't pressuring anybody out in the front. And he said, just focus on your chassis, Mark said. And so that's what Ty did. He said, I would like it to be a little bit freer, but I don't want to lose any of the forward drive that I have. So they didn't really make any adjustments there for him on this stop. He said, you're going to put some sticker tires on it. They did give him 2 new bottles of water for him to drink over this 5-minute stop here on pit lane. They did fuel first, so a little bit of a strategy play for just them and their comfort level as the team. Moved down to the number 20, that's Corey Heim. He was beating himself up over the radio at the end of that lap run, and he said, I've got to do better here in the cockpit. But his crew chief, Shannon Rush, he said, you don't need to do better in the cockpit. You're doing great. I've got something better for you sitting out here on pit lane. It was a set of 4 new General tires. He said this is always going to be better. And if we move down pit lane a little bit further to Austin Hill in the number 1 machine, they're adjusting the front tire pressure for him. He wants to get a better launch, track bar adjustment, and you see it a little bit more. Because he was concerned about the tire wear off. He's never done a race on General tires before, so he was trying to come to grips, literally, with that. But he said, yeah, I tried a couple things. I think I got my line a little bit better. He's excited now as we move into the second stage of this race. So all the teams still figuring a few things out. I'm excited for them to get back out on the racetrack, Jamie.
Yeah, and they've got to take care of those tires. Probably the only time we will see them come down pit road for those new General tires. Well, let's take a look now at the General Tire driver profile and hear from some of the drivers on what it's like to get back to road course racing.
Road courses, the techniques are just so much different than short tracks and big tracks. Anything you do in ARCA on an oval is so much different when you go to a road course like this.
There's a lot that goes into making one lap on a road course. A lot of shifting, a lot of braking, a lot of steering wheel input.
Road course racing is a different aspect from what we do week in and week out.
You know, we're looking forward to going road course racing. We only had one last season. It went well. We were able to win that one, and hopefully this year we see the same results.
Worked a little in the off-season this year to get better for the road courses, and now we're at Mid-Ohio, and I feel like it's going to be a track that I'm able to do well at and hopefully put on a good show.
I'm excited because I grew up racing road course style go-kart stuff for 4 years, but the catch-22 is I've never been in an actual full-bodied race car on a road course. So it's going to be something new to me, but also going back to my roots.
It's kind of where my background is. I grew up racing go-karts, a lot of road courses, so I get super amped up when we go to any road course races. I'm definitely looking forward to Mid-Ohio. I think it's a great racetrack. I love the setting. I love that part of the country, so really looking forward to Mid-Ohio.
Welcome back to the Dawn 150. This is race number 7 of the ARCA Menards series. We're live at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in Lexington, Ohio. So far, it's been a good race. We've had a little bit of everything, but in the end, it's all Ty Gibbs right now. He's led 15 laps so far today.
Yeah, but that guy right beside him, Corey Heim, has also been in the lead in this race. This should be a great restart.
Ty Gibbs in the 18, the control car here. Green flag is in the air.
If I was a betting man, I think there's going to be more donuts on the side of these cars by the end of the race.
Austin Hill in the 1, getting some of that action. Not wasting any time. Brandon Jones back there in that bright yellow Menards number 25, staying close.
How about Corey Heim trying to do it on the outside in the keyhole here? And it was good till he ran out of room there. Austin Hill all over the back of Corey Heim.
They made a track bar adjustment for Austin, and he's ready to go. Definitely got the gloves off.
I think he spent that first half of that race just learning the racetrack, learning these cars, learning these tires.
Caution out for the 3rd time today. Tim Richmond once again. The 27, you heard the story earlier. All hands on deck trying to help him out. And you see right there, the engine has let go for the 27.
But it's going to be a good break for Chris Wright. He now is the highest placed non-lead lap car. He's 2 laps down, so he's going to get one of those laps back here, Matt.
Yeah, that's a very good thing for him, but I don't know about the other competitors because I don't think they want to see him back on the lead lap here in just a little bit.
No, they just certainly don't want to see another caution flag and give him another opportunity to get another free pass, but tough break for Tim Richmond. Really hate to see that for Tim.
All right, Ty Gibbs in the 18, Corey Heim, Austin Hill, Brandon Jones. We'll line them up. We'll try this once again on the backside of the break. ARCA Racing on FS1 is brought to you by Dawn. Dawn will get the job done right the first time. Hers potato chips. Break out the Hers. And Valvoline, proven to maximize engine life. All right, we're back at Mid-Ohio under caution. Now is a great opportunity to check in with our Menards in-race reporter. Let's dial him up.
Let's do it. Hey, Brandon Jones, Phil Parsons, and the guys and girls up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going up there?
Well, it's going pretty good here. How about you? How's your race going so far, Head? Pretty good run going up in 4th spot right now.
Yeah, it was fun to take the lead there really early in the race. We just kind of continued to build tide over the run, meaning the car just was struggling to get the front turn there. So hopefully Kevin's got us fixed up here. I didn't really get a great lap there to see if our adjustment helped us, but we'll see once the pressures and everything come up. But so far so good, staying kind of right here at the top 4 kind of all day. So that's where we need to be for the end of this thing.
First and foremost, do you have anything for these leaders? First and foremost, do you have anything for these leaders, and you having fun as well?
I'm definitely having a good time, but man, I'm not sure. I think the 1 and the 20 possibly. I just need to get in with striking distance of the 18 to kind of see where he's better. And I think just kind of overall, they just maybe have a little bit more turn than us. Not 100% sure, but he kind of walked away to the point where I was struggling to see exactly what he was doing to be a little bit better. So time will tell, my friend. We will see once we get up there.
Keep digging, buddy. I'm rooting for you here.
Thanks so much, Brandon Jones. Love hearing straight from him. He wants to stay closer to that 18, learn something. All right, let's get an update on Thad Moffitt. Jamie Howe.
Wanting to stay closer to the top 5 is in 6th right now is Thad Moffitt, and he has a little bit of a driver coaching this weekend. It was from Justin Allgaier, who's racing in the Xfinity race. He gave him tons of pointers. He said mainly on managing the loss of grip from the practice and the race as well, and he also told him to use the curbs as much as he possibly could. He said that was a big help for him at that last pit stop. They made a track bar adjustment just to make the car a little happier. The biggest thing for himself was to work on himself. He doesn't have a whole lot of road car experience, so he wanted to just take it lap by lap and just get to the end of the race and keep it on the black stuff.
Justin Allgaier is such a good guy. We saw him. We were watching him on cameras, walking around, talking to everybody. As the green flag comes out, Corey Heim in the 20 with a big jump.
Ooh, that's going to be questionable right there.
It looked like almost too good a jump, really.
I'm sure the ARCA guys are going to be looking at that and saying, is that a little bit early, or are we good there?
You can beat the leader to the start-finish line, but the leader has to launch first. That's the whole key. We'll have to see. I'm sure the ARCA officials will look back at that.
That right there, he will have that thing big time get into that corner.
I thought he was going to get in the back of Brandon Jones, too.
Pass through for the 20. You guys were right. He jumped too good. Right here, the outside, Corey Heim across the finish line, start-finish line first. That is a big penalty.
You can get to the start-finish line first, but you can't launch first. You have to let the leader launch. You have to let the leader start the race, and obviously he didn't do that.
You have to let him twitch at that point.
Right.
Yeah,
just
that was
a
more
little
than
bit of movement.
That was a big launch.
And there's times too when the leader will spin the tires, and it looks like you don't give him an opportunity to launch, and you get bent. But that time it was obvious that Corey Heim launched first.
At that point, I guarantee you Corey Heim's sitting there saying, he spun the tires. He spun the tires. I promise he did.
Well, and Ty Gibbs, he said he missed a shift earlier in this race, so he's probably thinking, well, did that happen again?
Brandon Jones is where he wants to be, behind that 18 car, to see what he's got
and see what he can learn from him. I mean, should this be the other way around? I mean, him learning
you would
from
think. You would think.
That's just how good Ty Gibbs is. Everybody keeping their eye on him. Corey Heim, what happened?
Well, he's given his crew chief an opportunity to plead his case. It's going to fall on deaf ears, unfortunately, but he's going to give him an opportunity to plead his case. I would think he'll come in this next time. If he disobeys the black flag too many times, then they will stop scoring his car, and that'll essentially end his day. So I'm sure, as much as he hates to, he'll have to come to pit road. There's a pleading right there. Shannon Rush is pleading with the ARC officials that he didn't run, that Ty spun the tires, Ty missed a gear. He's going through all the list of of reasons that happened, but I think at the end of the day, they're going to bring Corey Heim to pit road.
Tough break for the 20 of Corey Heim. I mean, what a season. His worst finish this year is 3rd. And guys, this is a short race. We've only got 16 laps to go.
He's going to have to rely on a caution flag because he's going to have a pass-through penalty. Yes, he's going to get back to a top 10 effort, but it's not going to be a top 5, I don't think, unless he gets a little break. And how about Van Moffat overshoots the corner, runs into Brandon Jones.
His patience was running very thin. He was all over the 25 of Brandon Jones. You see Thad Moffitt still ahead of him, but Austin Hill has entered the mix and got around the 25 as well.
See, new sponsor on Thad Moffitt's car, this Dirty Ease. I saw a bunch of their executives down there in the garage area earlier. He's giving them a great show running in the 3rd spot. Right, essentially, he's running 2nd right now because Corey Heim will have to come to pit road, and there he is.
Yeah, he was talking about using those curbs to make your car turn, but maybe not the other cars.
Well, 8 tires, man.
8 tires
better than 4.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've been told that once or twice.
And that is the pass-through penalty for Corey Heim for jumping the start ahead of our leader. Let's check in with Jamie.
And as I watch Corey go down pit lane, what looks like an appropriate speed, the big reminder to him as he served this penalty from his crew chief, Shannon Rush, was keep a cool head. We cannot afford to speed. We got to get back out there on the track and get those points.
Good advice as he exits pit road. Ty Gibbs assumes the lead.
See, that was Chris Wright that got by Brandon Jones. Again, 1 lap down now, but lined up in 4th position on the racetrack. But again, 1 lap down in 10th.
You have 2 people that are really begging for a yellow right now. You want Corey Heim to get everything bunched back up, and
Chris Wright to get that free pass and get back on the lead lap.
And I know for all of us, we're wanting it because at the end of the day, it's going to put on a great show.
Yes. Thad Moffitt's putting on a heck of a show right now. I'm really impressed with this young man. Started the race 9th, up in 2nd right now. The grandson of the King, Richard Petty.
And running ahead of Austin Hill. Austin's a multi-time winner, championship contender with Matt Crafton in the Camping World Truck Series, and that's doing a great job keeping him back there.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job, without a doubt.
Oh, we just got word. Corey Heim speeding on pit road. Insult to injury.
That will bring him back down pit road for another pass-through penalty.
That's exactly what Jamie Howe was just saying. They were telling him and preaching to him about your speed. Jamie, what are they saying?
These are tough lessons for young drivers. The reminder again, do not speed. As soon as you get to that yellow line, you've got to back it down. He said, I did. So he's got a lot of things going through his mind right now. He's still obviously very upset about the initial penalty that brought all of this along. He feels like he waited until the start line to launch for the restart of this race. So he's going to have to calm down and just make it to the checkered flag.
Thank you, Jamie. Let's take a look. Pass for 2nd while we were getting that update. Austin Hill in the 1 goes to the inside of the 46 of Thad Moffitt.
Yeah, great move by Austin Hill to grab that 2nd spot. Let's see if he can chase down the 18 of Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs continues to lead. 14 laps to go from Mid-Ohio. We'll be back. Tomorrow, the NASCAR Xfinity Series is on FS1. Catch the rising stars of racing battle it out in Ohio with 75 laps of twists and turns. The action starts tomorrow at 1 Eastern on FS1 and the Fox Sports app. Looking forward to that. Brandon Jones, we've been talking about him. He will be in the field, as well as the leader, Ty Gibbs, pulling double duty once again this weekend.
We got to consider him one of the favorites, I would think, for that Xfinity race tomorrow.
Isn't that unbelievable? He's run 6 Xfinity Series races. He's gone to victory lane twice. One was on a 1.5 miles, and the other was on a road course. Here he is.
Not a bad
now.
average.
That's quite an average,
That's
right?
about 33%.
Look at the difference. What I noticed, the Austin Hill's car to Gibbs' car, the attitude of that thing going down the straightaway. I mean, you got Hill's car, the splitter balance is 5 inches, 6 inches off the ground. Gibbs' car is 2 inches off the ground.
Austin Hill in a Pretori racing machine. Jamie, what are they saying?
When I talked to Austin earlier today, he was very aware of all of those stats you just unfolded on Ty Gibbs. He said, that's my marker. I didn't come here just to get experience and figure out some road racing. I want to beat Ty Gibbs also. And in order to do that, the way that this race is unfolded, talked about he changed his line. They made a couple of adjustments to the car. They lowered the tire pressures. But Austin himself, he's now realized that he just changed his braking points. And that's what's allowed him to pick up some speed. So he's faster than a lot of the guys out there right now, and he's hoping he's fast enough to get around Ty Gibbs here at the end.
You saw Scott Zipadelli, his Truck Series crew chief. He doesn't get a weekend off from racing. He brought him to the racetrack, so let's go have some fun. So Scott working on that machine as well. Championship winning crew chief.
You know, we were talking about grip, and a lot of the drivers tell me, Matt, that this racetrack is not as much about forward drive, rear grip, as it is lateral grip because of all those of the S's and all those technical part of the racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, it sure looks like a lot of fun. I mean, that Austin was the same way down there in Texas. You definitely need a lot of the lateral and some of those S's going in turn 3, we'll call it. And this place definitely has some similar characteristics.
What kind of grip did you have when it was wet there at COTA?
I'm not going to lie. That was probably one of the most fun I've had in a race.
Was it really?
Yeah, besides being blind at times.
That was a lot of fun to cover. You guys did such a great job at Circuit of the Americas. Unfortunately, the Cup race, we just had too much rain. How about this guy, Stanton Barrett? Haven't seen him in a race car in a little bit. Since 2001 in the ARCA Menards series. Stuntman in Hollywood. His dad was a racer. I mean, the lineage between these two goes back so far.
Yeah, I worked with Stanton's dad back when Stanton was 8 years old, so I've known this young man, who's now certainly an adult, since he was 8 years old. What a great kid. Great to see him back. He's just doing this for fun. I mean, he's got an incredible career as a stunt coordinator, as a stunt man, but Jamie, he's having a blast out there and doing a great job.
He really is, and he has big plans for the future of this team. He's working on a trucks program for the 2022 season. When I saw him after practice, though, he was beating himself up a little bit. This car that he's driving is one that he's had his hand in and building from the ground up, and he felt like they just really had the wrong master cylinder in it for here this weekend. So he said, it's okay. We're still going to go out there and have fun. We're still going to do something with it, but we definitely have some work to do on the program.
Really good to hear that Stanton Bear, getting a little sideways there. That he has future plans, wants to be part of racing, wants to give back to the younger generation and get a young kid in there as well. Corey Heim had his issues earlier, 7th on the board right now.
Continually running fast laps. He was the second fastest car on the racetrack that last lap, I think, with a pass as well. And but right now he's in desperate need of a caution flag to get caught up. This is a great story here. This is Arnie Koch. He's from Durban, South Africa. This is the first time he has ever raced in the United States. He's raced all over the world, Jamie, but the first time in the States.
Now stick with me here because this is such a great story. So he's a businessman. He's in his 40s. He lives in Andorra, which is about 3 hours north of Belgium. But he had a meeting. In 2013, he went to Texas Motor Speedway to meet with Roger Penske. He was trying to do a business-to-business program, and it was at that moment that he fell in love with stock car racing. He had never been around it, didn't know anything about it, but he went back to Europe, and he got to work, and he turned that into a 2017 European Late Model Championship. There was 8 races in between Holland and Belgium. He's been getting his feet wet in the stock car racing world. He also owns a 1964 F1 car, so he's very well versed in the world of racing. But he said, this is more fun than I've ever had anywhere else in the world on a blacktop.
That's a great story, Jamie. I love it. And he talked about he dreamed of racing at this particular track. This one stood out to him, of course, his background, but he watched races at Mid-Ohio and couldn't wait to make it happen. 44 years old, making his American debut in a race car.
Yeah, running in the 8th spot, really doing a nice job. Just stay, as Matt was talking about, stay on the racetrack, stay on the blacktop, and good things will happen.
That's what it is about road racing. I mean, you gotta keep all 4 tires on the black stuff, and you'll have a good day. And he's definitely doing that.
Another solid run for Nick Sanchez as we ride along. Got a couple great sponsors on board this car, Jamie, for for Rev Racing.
Yeah, you ride along right underneath the bounty. You could see 2 stickers there of sponsors that have been part of his program for quite a while. Rev Racing co-owner Jennifer Satterfield-Siegel is among one of the top pediatric dentists serving young people in her practice in Indiana. She has been part of this team as a sponsor for over 6 years with Rev Racing, so it's good to see her on board and supporting the program.
It's amazing what Rev Racing has done for the sport. So many of the drivers that have come from Rev Racing. How about the guy that won the Coca-Cola 600, Kyle Larson? He got his start in stock cars with Rev Racing.
Drive for Diversity program, it works. These guys are showing that it truly does work, and it's great to see. Kyle Larson, now Nick Sanchez. I mean, Nick grew up in Miami, wanted to race here, and now every race he's getting more confident and better behind the wheel.
LeBeau Wallace, another graduate from Rev Racing.
Haley Deegan. Jamie.
Nick Sanchez's coach over at Rev Racing is Mark Green, who we saw take the green flag in this race. He's no longer in it right now. He's actually out at a corner spotting for Nick Sanchez at this point in the race. But Nick's been a part of the program now for 5 years. He did 2 years in Legends, a couple of other seasons, and then he did a few ARCA races last year. When I talked to Mark this morning, he said Nick could still have a couple of years left within this program if he wanted to. He said it's about 80% mental racing is, and Nick is right there. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He has a very bright future in the sport. It's all going to come down to funding and taking the right steps at the right time. But he said Nick has certainly headed in the right direction.
And Nick doing a great job going out trying to get sponsors, really working on this race program to up their ability. And that's what they've done with that, buying those cars from Brett Holmes Racing.
And we talked about it last week too. He got his mortgage broker license as well, so he has an after plan as well.
Good head on his shoulders. By the way, like 60 people in the stands rooting for him last week. We had so much fun watching his family celebrate. Ty Gibbs in the 18 works his way around lap traffic. That's putting Kyle Sieg a lap down actually right there. Now, Phil, this is one of the Sioux Chief Showdown races. This is the point standings after Toledo. Ty Gibbs on top.
And what this series basically is to give an opportunity for the younger drivers that can't run on the super speedways, that aren't 18 years old yet, an opportunity to race for a championship as well. There's 10 races on mainly short tracks, also some dirt tracks, and it's a series within this series. Ty Gibbs won that first race at Toledo, obviously leading this second race here. But it's a great program for the younger drivers. We see a lot of the ARCA Menards East drivers as well as the ARCA Menards West drivers also run some of these combined races, even though we have another ARCA Menards West race tomorrow at Sonoma.
Yeah, that's always a fun one out at Sonoma. They got Saturday to themselves. Chase Briscoe, Cup Series drivers, entered in the field. Of course, he's doing like Brandon Jones here, just trying to get some extra laps for Sunday.
Zane Smith, also our regular Truck Series competitor, one of Matt's competitors, also running out there in the Menards West race.
Jamie.
As we ride on board with Ty Gibbs, I talked to him a lot earlier today, and you obviously can tell that he loves road racing. He said it feels a little bit like opposite day, and he's really approached this whole day from morning on with just such a clear head, very little stress. He wasn't focusing on what he was going to do on the racetrack. He knew the race was just going to unfold, and he was so calm. In fact, he taught me a new skill. You guys may already know this because you've probably done it before. I had never seen it. You take a water bottle that's empty, you twist it up, and then you can pop the top off of it. I had no idea, but he taught me how to do it. And that's just the way he approaches these race weekends, just very calm and very stress-free.
Well, he's an 18-year-old kid. He's having so much fun. He's living his dream every time he's in a race car.
And Matt, we saw him really compete well last year, win a lot of ARCA races, won a lot of ARCA Menards East races. But did you have any idea that he would have the talent, that he has the talent that he has, and what he's shown us in the Xfinity Series?
No, I mean, I knew he's going to be a great race car driver, but he has definitely exceeded my expectations without a doubt. Just watching him, this in-car camera that we get to watch, he's so smooth at everything he does. And you can't give enough credit to the guys that are building these cars without a doubt, because if it wasn't for those guys out there giving those great race cars, he wouldn't be doing what he is today. So we always got to look to those guys as well, but definitely doing a very good job in all the series running right now, especially the ARCA Menards series.
But he's really smooth on his upshifts as well as his downshifts. Really doing a nice job. Again, shouldn't be a surprise. He won the Xfinity race at Daytona in his Xfinity debut.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Perked up a lot of people's ears, and I think everybody is tuning in just to see what he's capable of. How much winning can he do this year? I mean, he has the same shot tomorrow to win the race. I mean, he's not just going out there to get laps and learn the course. He's going out there to win, as he proved last week.
Seeing if he can sweep the weekend.
So one of the fun things I love about being in the booth is, you know, Racing Insights. Those are our boys. They support us. They give us all these cool stats and help get us ready for each race. But they just told me the last time that ARCA raced on June 4th, a different Ty won the race, Ty Dillon.
How about that?
Yes, he was quite dominant in the ARCA Menards series.
Was that his championship year when he won 7 races?
2011.
Yeah, that was his championship year. What a great year. And I'm telling you, I think Ty Gibbs is going to shatter a lot of records. The record for the most wins ever in the history of the series was set, I think, by Jack Bowser. He won 19 races one year, but they ran 31 races that year. So for
all right, what's your guess? How many wins is Ty going to take home this year?
I think he wins at least a dozen races. I think somewhere between 12 and 14. He's that good, and that's knowing that Corey Heim is right there knocking on the door with him. Obviously had trouble here. He's fought his way back to 7th with a couple penalties, but I think he's going to be there all year as well.
Hey, we talked about the Reese's Sweetest move earlier. He's had one. How many is he going to pick up this year? I think he could be our ringleader.
He is going to have a lot of Reese's to eat. There's no question about it.
And there it is right there, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Vote for today's Reese's Sweet Move of the race on the ARCA Menards Series Twitter page at @ARCA_racing. This is always fun to do, so remember, Monday or tomorrow, Saturday, 9 a.m., you can vote. And we've seen a couple already.
I think I like the move. Well, I don't know. I don't think Brandon Jones liked the move much when Thad Moffitt got by him when he body slammed him getting in the corner. Probably a little bit of wheel hop, but that was a pretty sweet move for Thad Moffitt now running in the 3rd spot.
If it's entertaining, it doesn't mean that the driver's always going to like it, right?
That's right.
Jamie.
So we look at Kyle Sieg rounding out the top 10. This is his first time ever on a road course. He's still going to run this season at Watkins Glen, Michigan, Pocono, Kansas, and Bristol. So he's going to get some more experience. But he said, this is our short track car. Our main objective was just to keep it on the pavement and to run every lap of the race. His brother, Ryan, who races in the Xfinity race, is up on the box. He just told him with 4 laps to go, he said, just take care of it, man. Bring this car home. You're doing a great job. Because he's doing such a great job and he now has this experience here at Mid-Ohio, he'll be spotting for Ryan tomorrow in the Xfinity race.
What a nice brotherly thing to do.
Those brothers just love each other. Just Kyle, when you talk to him, he talks about his brother right away. And his dream is to race in the Xfinity Series with him and be teammates with him. Of course, they're all in one shop. It's a family-run business. Dad's part of the whole mix. So it's neat to see that camaraderie together.
Yeah, Kyle made his Xfinity debut in
Kansas.
Just a few weeks ago, yeah.
Didn't go as planned, but hoping to build on that, run full time.
This is race number 1500 in the history of the ARCA Series. This ARCA Series was formed in 1953. We talk about brothers, talk about Kyle Sieg, Ryan Sieg's brother. There have been 4 brother combinations that have won races in the ARCA Series since 1953.
A lot of great moments that stand out. We're already here as we watch Austin Hill, white flag coming out next time. Ty Gibbs, everybody's been chasing him. There's the gap right there.
It's going to take a mistake.
Back.
It's going to take a mistake by Ty, or else a caution flag prior to him getting the white flag. Once the white flag is displayed, the next flag ends the race, whether it be the yellow flag or the checkered flag. So
a little bit different on the road course there. Ty hitting his marks every single lap. Kid is so focused.
And he continues to run fast lap times. He hasn't slowed down at all, has he?
There it is right there.
That's phenomenal.
White flag is out. 1 lap to go. As Phil said, the next flag will end the race. If it's a caution flag, Ty Gibbs takes it. And if it's the finish, well, he picks up his 6th win of the season. I mean, is this the next Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch?
Those, when you ask Ty Gibbs who his heroes are, those 2 you just mentioned are his heroes. I know those guys are awfully proud of what he's done and pretty impressed as well.
Just can't say enough about him. Coach Gibbs, you watch him watch his grandson, and he says that there's nothing like watching blood, watching your family out there, what he's able to do. Coy Gibbs was a racer himself, stands kind of in the shadows. Mom was on the pit box last week during the Xfinity race. It was so fun to watch that reaction.
You know, he reminds me a lot of, Kyle Busch. Immediately when he was 18 years old, started running some ARCA races as well as Xfinity races back then, and was competitive immediately. Ty Gibbs certainly right in that same mold.
Ty Gibbs making his way around. Checker flag is in the air. Ty Gibbs wins it at Mid-Ohio.
Yes, sir!
Fifth win of 2021. The team celebrates. They're getting used to this.
4 wins in a row for this young man.
13th career win in his 34th start. 38% winning average.
That's pretty good, I think. He's pretty good at burnouts, too.
He's had a little bit of practice this year.
I said today is National Donut Day, so who better? Waving to all the fans, enjoying this beautiful day in Lexington, Ohio.
Some good stories, though, up in the top 5. Austin Hill came here for a little bit of experience as a fan, saluting Ty as he drives around. Thad Moffitt with a great career matching best of third.
Brandon Jones, 4th. Nick Sanchez, another top 5. And Stanton Barrett hasn't been in this series in 20 years. Of course, he's raced a lot since then. Raced in NASCAR at varying levels. Here he comes. That's got to be so nice. Put the window net down. Drive around this 2.25-mile racetrack. Salute all the fans.
And the corner workers, too. We drivers really appreciate the job that the corner workers do on a road course.
Keeping everybody safe. Last driver to win 4 straight races, Chase Briscoe back in 2016. Here he goes.
I would call that like the Kevin Harvick burnout. That was kind of the Kevin Harvick symbol back in the day. He did those long burnouts.
It's like the Monster Energy smoke show right there. I mean, when you win so much, you can just mess with it and try different things. There it goes. I didn't think he'd quit on just a straight line burnout. See the smile through the eyes. He's not done, no sir.
It's amazing those General tires have any rubber left on them.
He's got to try to take care of the rest of them.
And he parked it. Get unhooked. Another beautiful race for Ty Gibbs. Led 35 laps. As he climbs out, our Jamie Howe is there.
And with the smoke still clearing in the air behind him, Ty Gibbs celebrates on the top of the number 18 as he gets his gloves off, gets off that helmet. Ty, it is 4 in a row in the ARCA Menards series. Overcame a brand new track, not only just a brand new track, a brand new road course. First time here doing these race laps at Mid-Ohio. When you overcome this kind of a challenge, what effect does it have on the celebration?
Yeah, it's definitely nice because I feel like that's the points lead. So after I don't know, I think he jumped the start, so we got points lead on that one, I believe. So that's nice. You know, I'm kind of just relaxed right now. I'm just super happy, and, you know, I really can't thank everybody enough for this Joe Racing crew. I got my family up there, and, you know, this is just awesome. Won in Mid-Ohio, so hopefully we can get 2 in a row. We got 1 more tomorrow, so, you know, hopefully we can do that.
You mentioned 1 more tomorrow. That's the Xfinity race that will be here tomorrow afternoon. You have to race in that one also. What did you learn today that's going to help you?
Yeah, you know, I learned a lot of stuff, just more track time than anything. I got some in 2019, but, you know, it's been so long since then, and I've grown as a person, so, you know, sometimes 18-year-olds forget that stuff. So, you know, I got a lot of track time today, and I feel like we got a good car tomorrow. Hopefully Chris and Kyle have got it tuned up, but, you know, Mark and Matt, my guys today, all the crew back over there, you know, they just killed it, and what a day. Heck yeah.
Congratulations to our race winner, Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs, job well done. Well, we'll hear from our top 5 finishers. Stay with us. More from the Dawn 150 when we return. Thanks, Brandon. Well, it was a great day at Mid-Ohio. Beautiful weather. 42 laps in the books, and that is your winner. Practicing that autograph. I have a feeling he's going to be signing a lot of those in his time. Well done, Ty Gibbs. It's our Dawn 150. Results, Ty Gibbs. Austin Hill with a nice comeback there, and Thad Moffitt matches his best finish of the season.
Another solid top 5 finish for Nick Sanchez. Really proud of Stanton Barrett. I know he had some fun out there. Great 6th place run. Corey Heim fought back to a 7th after a couple penalties.
Yeah, Chris Wright, I mean, he definitely did a good job. I mean, after that lap 1 first corner going in the sand trap and digging back after that, I know he was wanting to have a yellow right there at the end, and
too bad
for him.
I wanted to see what Chris Wright could have. I mean, obviously his lap times are quick. Let's check in once again with Jamie, who's with Austin Hill.
Austin Hill finished 2nd. We talked about it. He came here to get that road racing experience. I was listening in on the radio. You said you overheated the tires there in that second half of the race. What was the biggest lesson you learned about road racing?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that you want to push as hard as you can, and but at the same time, you don't want to slip, you know, your right front tire or right rear tire or whatever, and trying to run down the 18, clicking off a little bit faster lap times. I think he was saving his stuff a little bit, and I just started overheating the front tires and using a lot of brake, and kind of played with the brake bias a little bit, just trying to put some rear brake to it. So, I mean, I'm not sure what I could have done different other than maybe have a restart and just see if we could have another go at it. But all in all, we did a really good job, HRE and all the guys, you know, Scott and all the guys for building this ARCA Toyota Camry, and you know, this is our first race of the year in the ARCA series, so it was good. It was basically a brand new car, so it was nice to get out there and get some experience. But excited to go to Watkins Glen next to see if we can get a win.
That'll be the next time we see Austin Hill after the 2nd place finish. Will be at the Watkins Hill road course later this season. We're going to move on back to Thad Moffitt. You guys made a track bar adjustment in that pit stop. What effect did that have on the second half of the race for you?
I think really the biggest effect was our drive off. It really helped us with our drive off. I think the biggest thing for me was just learning the entire race, getting to running up here. This is only my 2nd road course, and the first one was in the rain. So I learned a lot today, and a lot to take into Watkins Glen later this year, and hopefully improve on this 3rd place finish.
It was a great solid day for you. Nice job today, Thad. We're going to move on back to Brandon Jones. He started this race in the 3rd position, finished out in the top 5. You wanted to get into a rhythm for tomorrow's race. How do you feel now about the Xfinity race?
Yeah, I mean, this was obviously that was my goal, right? To get laps for tomorrow. No qualifying, no practice for that Xfinity race. So all in all, a pretty solid day. I think we were probably comparable to the one car. 18 was still pretty fast again. So we got a little work to do when we come back for Watkins Glen, I think. But thanks to Ty, Menards, so much they do for our sport and myself. So looking forward to our next one for sure.
Kept the car in one piece. Nice job. We'll see you out here tomorrow afternoon. We are going to move on back to Nick Sanchez. We talked a lot about him and this young man. He's making a lot of improvements over the course of the season. Everyone's super impressed press. You had some pointers this week from Austin Cindric. What effect did that have on the way you approach this race?
Yeah, Austin's notes definitely did help me get up to speed a little quicker. I know in that long run there, I definitely implemented some of the stuff he gave me. But yeah, he's been a really big help going into Mid-Ohio with the success he has.
This is your mom, Shani Sanchez, standing next to you. This is a family sport. Your family's out here every time. When you're able to have a good, solid day like this, what is it like to get to go home and talk about it?
Oh, yeah, it's really nice having my mom and dad at most every race I go to, having their support. The way here, the way back, it definitely helps, and I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Lots of good things to come from Nick Sanchez. Jamie?
Well done to Jamie Howe. Got the top 5, got to hear from all of them. And Nick Sanchez, how do you not root for that kid? So sweet, loves his family, they're so tight. And here it is, you guys. Ty Gibbs mentioned the points. He's like, well, that should be the points lead.
Close.
Yeah. Spoke too soon, didn't he?
Just 1 point, and that's how it's going to be all year long, because those two young men are going to race up for these wins and race for top 2 finishes. It's going to be close all the way to the very end.
Hey, the pole gets a 1 point, right?
Yes.
Corey Heim.
That's the difference.
Right now.
That's the difference.
He got the pole earlier today. We have more. We'll wrap up from Mid-Ohio. Stay with us. We got to see those Reese's Sweet moves of the race after this. Ty Gibbs finding his way to victory lane. Celebrates with a little Monster Energy. Throwing that water around. Well done by that young man as he stands there doing the hat dance. Well, we talked about the Reese's Sweet move of the race. Well, we've come up with a handful of them. First up,
Brandon Jones going for the lead early against Corey Heim, our pole sitter.
Ty Gibbs taking that lead power move early in the race, and then set sail and on he went.
Here's Van Moffat. We talked about this earlier. Trying to take that spot from Brandon Jones, and that's where 8 tires are way better than 4, Matt.
Absolutely.
Austin Hill with a nice move inside the 46 of Van Moffat. He wanted to go after that 18, but just didn't have anything for him. So tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m., vote for today's Reese's Sweet move of the race. One of those 4, you got to go to the ARCA Menards Twitter page, ARCA_racing. Let's check in with Jamie Howe once again.
All these laps later, you can still feel the disappointment coming from Corey Heim. What's the biggest lesson you take away from today's race?
Yeah, I mean, my Veterinary Motorsports camera today was really good. All my guys did a really good job in practice. We came a long way. We were a little off in practice, and I feel like we could have competed for the win at the end there, and just unfortunate.
Thank you. And Corey Heim brings it home 7th. It is his worst finish of this season. He's been so consistent, but he had that mistake and then a mistake on top of that on pit road, but well done, and for him to be able to speak about it afterwards.
Yeah, and fought back for a 7th place finish, so it's obviously maintains the point lead by 1 over Ty Gibbs. It could have been a lot worse.
Frustrating day for sure, but we have more races to come. Let's take a look at our ARCA Menards Series schedule. The ones highlighted are the ones you'll see right here on FS1. June 25th is our next race, Pocono Raceway.
Yeah, the tricky triangle, great 2.5-mile triangle up in the Poconos.
Elko Speedway, Berlin, you see there. The next one on FS1 after that, August 6th at Watkins Glen. I'm excited to go road course racing again. It's the second of 2 on this schedule.
Yeah, a lot of the drivers really looking forward to running Watkins Glen. That's like a super speedway of road courses, isn't it?
I've never been there, so maybe.
You've never been to Watkins Glen?
I've never been to Watkins Glen as long as I've been around here. So hint, hint, there's an ARCA race before the truck race. I need some seat time, just saying.
Yeah.
Winners this season. It's a short list. It's 1 page, 1 graphic. Corey Heim and Ty Gibbs, 5 wins this season. How impressive is this run that he's on?
It's unbelievable, and obviously he's doing an amazing job here in the ARCA Menards Series, but what he's done in that Xfinity car, and then he also went up north and won an East race at Dover. So he's won, again, as I said last week, he's won just about everything he's done this year.
It's been a great day. Thank you, everybody, for watching. A lot of action here for Phil Parsons, Jamie Howe, Matt Crafton. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Caleb Combs and our entire FS1 crew. Thanks for watching us today. Next race